Hi, I'm Iverson Lee. Welcome to the Best Life Ever series, episode number 5 here, where I'm going to share with you about the 5 forces of peak performance. Right? So I think this is a very important topic because I discovered that a lot of us here actually as a human, we are quite intelligent. Yeah, we know exactly what to do, even we don't know. Right? So actually on the previous episode, we already shared with you on actually how to actually identify your talent, what to do and opportunities available. But the part here is not about knowing what to do. I believe that a lot of people, they know what to do. Yeah, the question here is they don't do what they know. Yeah, don't you think so? Right? So I think that if even you want to lose weight, right, it's how hard it is, right? You just go to the Google website, just search 10 ways to lose weight, right? It's all information available there, right? So the question here is not about knowing what to do, but more on doing what you know, right? So why we don't do what we know? Yeah, but think about this. If you do what you know consistently every day, what your life will turn out to be, it will be great, right? So, and a lot of people think it's because of lack of probably willpower, or probably lack of resources, or probably they think they are too young or they're too old, right? There's a lot of so-called excuses that actually talk themselves out of it, right? So, but all of that are not the defining factor, right? The reason, the only one boils down to one reason here. The reason we don't do what we know is simply because of one thing: energy level, right? If your energy level is high, is really high, the moment you think about something, that you don't have any problem taking action. Right? So the problem here is whenever our energy level is low, then we'll find a lot of excuses. We don't get ourselves to work on something, right? And then we always say tomorrow, next day first, right? So we give a lot of excuses. Think about this. I believe that all of us here have a moment in our life that energy are super high. Right? Think about a moment. Let me bring back you to a moment that you first fall in love. How do you feel then? Right, your energy level is so high, you feel so great, right? As you can actually conquer the world. It feels like you can do everything, you can achieve everything, right? So that moment is why you're able to feel such a way is because our energy level is high during that time, right? So therefore, and also maybe you're a day before going for a great vacation, a night before, you feel so happy, you are looking forward to it, your energy also very high, right? You don't even need alarm clocks to wake you up on the next morning, right? You don't even need to sleep, right? So therefore, during those times here, even your boss scold you or you encounter certain problem in work, it doesn't really matter you, right? Because you know that no matter what, tomorrow I'm heading to my holidays, right? So that time, the same event might happen to different people, but all of them here might actually react differently based on their energy level. So what is your energy level right now? Let's say from scale from 0 to 10, what is your energy level? Is it 1? Is it 2? If you're 10, it's pretty good, right? So, and in BaZi Chart, there's a way for us to actually help you to actually increase your energy level, because all of us here are actually born differently. So all of us here are motivated differently, and our source of energy are on different so-called aspect. So do you want to learn how to increase your own energy level or not? Okay, so this is what we call the peak performance, right? So how do we tap the peak performance? So because you see in the marketplace, or if you're running your own business, the whole market doesn't care how you feel, right? They don't care, right? Even you work around the clock, you work every day without any holiday, they don't care. What the market really care about is what? It's about the results, it's about your performance, right? Even in your work as well, the same, right? It doesn't matter how long you work. You can work the whole day, or maybe you can just work 1 hour, but if you're able to produce result, you're great in performance, you get paid more. Don't you think so? That's why there's a term called KPI, right? It's called Key Performance Index, right? The word performance is there, right? Are you a high performer or not? If your energy level are high, you're willing to take action, you can perform better, right? So in this session here, I'm going to share with you how to use your BaZi to identify this, and if you act on it, so you can actually improve your energy level. Would it be great? So to do this, first of all, you need to get your BaZi chart ready. Get it ready now. Okay, if you get it ready, you based on the link below, if you actually are, if some of you are very new here, there's a link right now. Click on it and then plot your BaZi chart. All you need is just your date and time of birth and your gender, and you're good to go. Okay, plot it now. Welcome back. So now you plot your BaZi chart already, and then there might be a lot of information there, right? You might be wondering, how do I able to read this? Don't worry, right? So I'm going to actually share with you a very simple way. How do you derive information from your chart to achieve certain key results that you wanted? Okay, so today we're going to share with you about the energy level. How do we increase our energy level? So the part we're going to look at is ourselves, right? Think about this. Where is this energy coming from? This energy coming from internal, right? It's actually come from you. So therefore, when we look at the BaZi chart, we're talking about energy, we look at you. So in the BaZi chart, the element that represents you is actually in this box here, the Day Master. Okay, so now I want everyone here, look at this box here in your own chart. And inside this chart here got a lot of information inside, right? So I want you to pay attention to one thing only. You only need to know whether that box is a fire, metal, water, earth, or wood. That's all. It doesn't matter is yin or it doesn't matter is yang, right? So I want you to identify you belong to either of these 5 elements. Okay, do it now. Okay, so once you already identify these elements here, let me share with you. Yeah, so how do you actually increase your energy by knowing which element you belong to? Because this element represents yourself, right? Represent who you are. So you need to know the nature inside. If you're able to do something that aligns to that nature, therefore you feel fulfilled, right? You feel connected to yourself. Yeah, that's a whole process. How do we get into that? So now, let me just share with you. If your Day Master is water, right? So if your Day Master is water, the keyword for you here is freedom, right? This is the one you need the most, right? So the moment your freedom are restricted, so do your energy level. Yeah, so you hate restriction because water elements are supposed to move. Yeah, they cannot be restricted. It must be constantly moving, right? So if you're restricted, you're not going to be happy, right? So which means that not only apply to your work, right? So it could apply to your work, but also can apply on relationship as well and every aspect of your life. So how do you define freedom here? Freedom is your ability to do whatever you want at the place you want to be, and also when you want to do it, and also with who you want to do that, right? So therefore, this is something very, very important for a water person. So if you're a water person, you need to pay attention to this keyword here, freedom, right? Freedom, if you're able to actually orchestrate your whole lifestyle, your work environment, yeah, and how you actually relate to relationship in a way that doesn't restrict your freedom, you have a lot of energy you're looking forward to, right? So let's say in your job, right, you don't like an environment where a lot of rules, you cannot actually do so many the things in the way you wanted, that way you're not going to feel happy, right? So now you know this, you pursue that path and you see that your energy level increase, right? Freedom to work on something, or even the freedom to think. Yeah, this is something that are very, very important for water. Okay, so now let's move on to the second one. The second one here is a fire element. So if your day is fire, so the keyword here is about one word here is about visibility. Okay, because think about this, the purpose of fire is to shine, right? So if the fire is not bright, so it lost its purpose, right? So regardless whether you're yin fire or yang fire, your whole purpose is you need to shine. So therefore, if you're fire element and you want to actually improve your energy, you need to live up to that purpose. What do I mean shine? Shine means that you give light to others, you give hope to others, you inspire others. Yeah, that is the job of a fire element. So if you're able to do that in your work or in your business or in your community or even with your children or your friends, you feel happy, you feel motivated, right? You have a lot of energy. Right, so if you know who is Tony Robbins, I think a lot of you actually know who is Tony Robbins. His Day Master is also fire element. So therefore, that's why you see he feels so energized on doing what he did, right? He's a success coach, right? He actually inspired people to become better. So if you're fire element, so visibility or about shining is the keyword here. If you do something that related to that, or you apply these attributes in your work, you're going to feel happy, you're going to feel inspired. Okay, because fire is the light. They're going to give the light to others. That's what makes them happy. Okay, let's move on. So the third one here, let's talk about earth element, right? If your day master is earth element, the keyword here to improve your energy is confidence. Okay, so confidence is a word you must remember, because earth element is the most passive element among the 5 elements. Right? Because 5 elements, they are wood, they are fire, water, metal, and earth, right? Earth is the most passive element. Passive means that if there's nothing happen to force them to change, they won't change, because earth element doesn't move. What they treasure is certainty, right? They like security. So, but if you, all the time, you don't like to actually move away from your comfort zone, in long run, you're not able to progress, right? You're not going to be happy. So therefore, the reason, right, they don't move forward because they value certainty, right? So, but if you have confidence, then you're able to break through that, because confidence is nothing more than a feeling of certainty, something good will happen in the future, right? Somehow you have that kind of certainty inside. So if you're able to develop more confidence on yourself, on the future, then you're willing to take more risks, and therefore you become happier in the process. Okay, so what is the quick way to improve your confidence? Very, very easy, right? Whatever you plan to do and you do it, you feel confident, right? Because if you say something and you do it, which means that you trust yourself. Yeah, in the end, confidence is about whether you trust yourself or not. Okay, so you have an earth element. Remember that the key to actually improve your energy level is to develop unstoppable confidence in yourself. Okay, so let's move on. So now let's talk about wood element. All right, so now check your chart. If you're wood element among the 5 elements, wood is the only element that continue growing, right? If you look at the fire don't continue to grow, right? Metal also doesn't continue to grow. Water also not continue to grow, right? And neither do earth. So the only element that continue and keep growing is wood element. So therefore, for all the wood day master, if you yourself at the box is a wood element, so the need to grow is very important. The feeling of you are growing constantly every single day is important to you. So if you're wood element, you make sure that you actually cultivate a lifestyle that allow you to learn something new every single day, and so therefore you feel that you're growing. It doesn't mean that all other elements don't need to grow yourself, but growth is the source of energy for a wood person, right? So if you're a wood person, yeah, the keyword here is growth, right? So you need to just make sure that you are better than yesterday, right? And then if you're able to do it every single day, you'll feel fulfilled, because you feel happy and you feel energized when you know something new, you learn something new, right? That is the wood element. Okay, all right, so this brings us to the last element, which is the metal element, right? So for the metal element, the key to increase their energy level would be, the keyword here is achievement. Achievement, yeah, remember that. Yeah, so if you're metal element, this is very important to boost your energy level, because metal always need to cut something, right? Either cut something or chop something, right? So therefore, they need to mold something, they want to create something of their own. So achievement is something very, very important to them. Okay, so if you're metal element, remember, right, your happiness, your energy ties to your victories that you actually achieve throughout your life. Yeah, so and if some of you are just starting out on your things here, and you feel that the thing you want to achieve is so big, is so huge right now, and you feel overwhelmed, don't worry, right? If you are metal element, what you need to do is don't focus on the big thing first, right? Focus on the small victories, small winnings on your daily life. Try to achieve that, and eventually you're able to achieve something great in the future. Okay. Alright, so what I did share with you just now is how do you increase your energy using by just knowing your day master element. Don't you think this is useful? You can actually use this information to help your friends, your families, your colleagues, to share with them how do they actually what they can do to actually improve their energy level, improve their happiness even, and make them feel fulfilled. Yeah, because if they do that, they are connected to themselves, because the day is the door to your whole destiny, right? So if you're able to do something that aligns today, you feel connected, you feel powerful, and then you feel fulfilled.
Okay, alright, so I hope you find this sharing of this episode here very, very useful to you, and I hope that you actually able to share this to everyone you know. Yeah, teach them how to do this. And on the next episode, I'm going to share with you something interesting as well. And prior to that, I wish all of you here, have a great life ahead. And I'm Iverson Lee. I'm going to see you on the next episode.